BoxingVoice.com, live with trainer Barry Hunter. Barry, how you doing today?
I'm fine, man. How's everything with you?
All right, so you're here training Fernando Guerrero. Let us know how that came about. Last we heard, he was being trained by Virgil Hunter.
A lot of people don't know. I've been working with Fernando since he's about 14 years old. And I actually started his pro career a few years back with prize fight, all the way up till he was 19 or no. And he decided he was moving out in LA, and Virgil gave me a call. And I told Virgil it was cool, go ahead on and, take a good kid. And so Virgil, at that point, started training him. But there was a conflict with this fight because Virgil also works with Amir Khan. So he picked the phone up and gave me a call because he knew that I know Fernando better than anybody. So, I told him if it was okay with Fernando, if it's okay with everybody that's involved, then I'm cool with it. I ain't have a problem with it.
So is this just a one-fight deal?
Anytime they call me, anytime he needs me, I'm definitely down for him, Right now, it's about Peter Quillin in this fight, but he know what home is, so anytime he need me, give me a shout, I'm there.
Now, we've known you to be a trainer that definitely has a lot of control in what happens with the both Petersons. Had you been still with Fernando where there was no departure in both of your relationships, is this a fight that you would have recommended for him?
Well, just like the Petersons, we don't discriminate with who we fight against, and the way I figure, if you belong, then you belong. If you don't, you don't. And I think, in my opinion, even though, of course, Fernando been gone for maybe a couple of years, year and a half, couple of years, and I hadn't been, he hadn't been under that particular tutelage, I got confidence in Virgil that he sent him out here, he's in shape, he's ready to go. As far as natural ability is concerned, I think he hold the edge in that category. But you have to factor in that Quillin is the champion. And a lot of times, once you taste that championship, they don't want to let it go. So I'm expecting a war.
Now, on paper, this fight gives the slight edge to Fernando Guerrero. He has the better amateur background. He's been in with tougher opposition on the way up. While he had a setback with the Brewer fight, and that was the time that Peter Quillin was kind of able to separate themselves from each other. I think that the biggest thing that Peter Quillin brings into the ring is power, and it's something that Fernando has suffered with. How are you guys going to deal with that?
Well, keep in mind, you look at some of Fernando's fights, going back to Ishe, Rosado, some of these other fights that he had to dig out. The fight that he lost to Brewer was at 54, which, looking at from afar, I never thought he should have been that weight. And if you look at that fight, he was fatigued early, that he could not absorb that punishment that Brewer put on him. But at his natural weight, he ain't gonna have no problem, in my opinion.
When he fought Ishe, he was at his natural weight. He went down, and with Rosado, he went down. Quillin put down Nindam 6 times in his last fight. I mean, there's no doubt that he brings power into this event.
Yeah, I understand. He went down, and the thing is, in those particular 2 fights, he got back up, and he won. You know what I mean? In impressive fashion. Go back to the 54 when he went down. There was no energy left. He could not get back up. That's the difference. Now, Quillin can crack. I know Quillin, good kid, love him to death. He's been in camp with me the whole 9. And definitely, I know he's going to bring a little crack to him, but like any dog, you know what I mean? They're going to bite in their backyard. You got to bite outside your yard. So we come to bite this time, and like I told Fernando, this is for the world championship. It's different from a regular fight. People dream about it, some never get to it. You get here, you got to do something when you get here.
So moving forward and jumping right into the fight, what are the advantages you feel your fighter brings to this fight?
I think he's a better athlete overall than Quillin. He has the amateur history behind him, which a lot of times can age you. And Fernando can crack also. In this fight, it's just a matter of him being 100% focused and keep his mind on exactly what it is that he's doing in there. And I think he'll end up winning that world title.
All right, thank you very much.